Power Rangers could hopefully arrive as soon as 2025. Now, we all knew this before because next year we're not going to get anything, no Lightning Collection news, no Jonathan Entwistle news, no information, casting, and what the Zoids and costumes are going to end up looking like. I think, to me, I will probably say as long as they take their time with the project, hopefully it's not going to get messed up, in terms of the writing goes. I just want them to just go all out with it, and try not to rush things in terms of the action sequences and all of that, because I think the most important thing about Power Rangers is the martial arts action, because without that, it's not going to be Power Rangers as we know it before. I just hope that they don't really screw this up, because it's really important for them to actually have this in the upcoming reboot. A new age of Power Rangers is not. There may be a chance for Jonathan Entwistle's Power Rangers reboot to be released in 2025 after all. If you think about it, it kind of makes sense because of the hiatus and the writer's strike. And I can definitely understand why it's like that. And it makes sense in a sort of way. Power Rangers has been with us for 30 years. During most of that time, you have always counted on a new team to debut every year or two until now, with Cosmic Fury being the end of the series as we know it, and Jonathan Entwistle's reboot that's apparently right around the corner. Entwistle is also directing the Karate Kid reboot. The movie that would have launched the Power Rangers cinematic universe is believed to be shelved due to Hasbro taking a tax write-down. Production in New Zealand has been discontinued. Hasbro sold E1, and let's not forget about the ongoing strike due to how much the AMPTP undervalues writers and actors. Despite all of this, the reboot is still happening. And I would like to say this also in terms of the reboot goes. Just because they're ending Power Rangers in New Zealand since 2002, that doesn't mean that the franchise is over. As far as the TV goes, you can look back in some of your favorite moments in Power Rangers and why you think that moment alone is your top 5 moments of Power Rangers of all time, due to how good the show is. Some moments in the Neo Saban era minus like Down a Charge, season 1 of course, but in terms of some acting moments that should have had an Oscar. And I think when you think about it, when it comes to the Jonathan Entwistle project, you're gonna probably see some different changes in terms of acting wise, and why I think all of that needs to happen, regardless of who they cast, as Rangers. And what's really important also is the acting and the good writing. You get some of that in Dino Fury and Beast Morphers, but as far as like being a kid show, you don't always have to tone down your acting skills. Let it show out, let it reveal itself. Show the world how good your acting is. And I think when it comes to Dino Fury, both season 1 and 2, they definitely brought all of that. And don't mind the outside, that's somebody cutting the grass. Just focus on what's being brought to us right here. In a recent interview with Heated, the Power Rangers Cosmic Fury showrunner Simon Bennett shared some valuable insight on the reboot that's aligned with what we've known thus far, while discussing the possible 2025 release date. So this part should be really interesting when it comes to Simon Bennett, because the rumors about them being a female lead Power Rangers cast is kind of a no-no for me, and I really don't want that to happen. I just felt like part of the Illuminati is rumors, so will come out, or doubting that it will even come out at all. It's been years since the reboot was announced with Jonathan Entwistle's involvement, and and then we found out about Brian Edward Hill writing the script for the movie before the dead silence for a long while until news broke about Jenny Clean coming on board as the showrunner. Then, lo and behold, dead silence again, followed by rare updates. It's truly a frustrating cycle, but nonetheless, patience is key. It is kind of true though, because we haven't heard a thing about the Jonathan Entwistle project, even though it's confirmed that they are on board working on this project together. So I just hope that we get some new information from him, Brian, and Jen. But to me, I just want this project to just take their time, do what they gotta do to get it done, and hopefully they won't disappoint the fans, because the last thing you want to do is F up what made it so popular in the 90s and to this day. I think due to the strike right now, it's possible that we're not going to see anything next year in terms of who's going to be cast as the Rangers, what the costumes are going to look like, what the Zords are going to end up looking like for that matter, who are the new villains, like is it Rita, Goddard, Squat, Babu, and Fister? Like, I want to see all of them together. Who's going to be cast as Zonon and Alpha 5? Like, who's going to be cast as who? What are their backstory? What the Rangers' backstories are? Because when you think about it, in the original show, we know nothing about the Rangers besides their favorite hobbies. But in terms of their character backgrounds, you know, how they came to be when they got older, what was it like when they were young, flashbacks of them being young. But when you read the Boom comics, they established all of that than the show could have, that the show could have done back then. So obviously, I think the reboot might end up giving us what we wanted all these years, is characters' backstories of how they became Rangers and what is the true history of Zonon and Rita in the game and everybody that involved. I mean, if you take some elements from the comics, I think this Netflix project is going to end up pleasing a lot of people with this originality and with this charm, you know what I'm saying? And I believe this project can work, as long as everybody is coming together, writing the better script, and hopefully some new costume designs that look good but won't get rejected. But only time will tell. So, what are your thoughts on this? Link to the original article will be down below, and I'm gonna catch you in my next